to Czech Republic, Most Reverend Jude Thaddeus Okolo, on a courtesy call at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. According to the governor, in this challenging time, promoting ecumenism is more important than ever for unity and understanding to work together towards the shared vision of engendering a better society. Earlier, Most Reverend Okolo said that promoting arguments of ideas, facts, and figures above sentiment will help check disunity in the body of Christ, conversing for building bridges of understanding and promoting of mutual respect and tolerance, as well as promoting initiatives that will bring Christian denominations together as some of the ways to engender ecumenism.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo has commiserated with the Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Uju Kennedy, and family over the death of their mother, the late Chief Mrs. Winnie Uzo Ebeze. Governor Soludo, who was accompanied on the condolence visit by his wife, Nonye, commiserated with the family during a funeral mass held at the Dr. Alexa Kweme Square in Oka. Government House correspondent Tijika Bana was there and now reports.
Governor Soludo, who described late Chief Mrs. Uzo Ebeze as a woman who lived a productive and impactful life, prayed that the good Lord will grant her soul eternal rest and the family she left behind the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. The governor advised people to learn to train children well so that they can be useful to themselves and the society.
Our consolation is that she lived, if you like, a productive and an impactful life. You don't need to read the tributes and all the accolades and so on, to get this. She lived long and well. And I think it suffices to be able to say, may her soul rest in perfect peace.
Speaking on behalf of the traditional ruler of Oka, Obi Gibson Wosu, the traditional prime minister of the community, Chief Benjamin Tokoye, expressed sadness over the death and appreciated those who came to honor the dead. The event was attended by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochu Hulobel, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezajuri, Ministers, House of Assembly members, traditional rulers, Oka Cabinet Chiefs, amongst others. The late Chief Uzo Ebeze died at the age of 87.
Wife of the Governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, says teaching remains the most important vocation on the global profession. The governor's wife, who stated this in a statement to mark the 2023 World Teachers' Day, commends the invaluable impacts that teachers have continued to make on human capital development. We have the details.
Mrs. Soludo noted that the teaching profession has not only remained distinct because of its legacy, but because of the immense sacrifice with which people in the vocation has carried out their duties. Mrs. Soludo, whose mother, the late Mrs. Gloria Ezewanne, rose from a school teacher to the rank of an education secretary, stated that coming from such a background gave her a first-hand privilege of the heavy sacrifice that teachers make in the society. She described her mother as not just an extraordinary classroom teacher, but a woman who used her cherished vocation to make lifetime impacts on the world around her. The governor's wife explained that the ongoing recruitment of 3,000 teachers in Anambra State to complement the earlier 5,000 recruited last year showed that the present administration appreciates the essence of quality teaching and learning in the educational development of any society. World Teachers' Day is commemorated on October 5th annually to celebrate world's oldest vocations and remember those who are using the revered occupations to make the world a better place.
The first Igwe Nemeka Alfred Achebe annual lecture series has ended with a call on public relations practitioners to step in and save Nigeria from Nigerians. Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, in collaboration with Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Igbariam, held the annual lecture series at the Igbariam campus of the university. Correspondent Queen Anibogu reports.
The event attracted traditional rulers, titled men and women of Onitsha Kingdom, top government functionaries, academia, students, among others. Obi Nnemeka Alfred Achebe had 30 years international career in Shell BP before he became the Obi of Onitsha and the chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council. He is also a fellow of NIPR with more than 5 honorary doctorate degrees to his name and known to champion the cause of youth and women. The national president of NIPR, Dr. Ike Neliaku, gave 7 reasons the association instituted the lecture series, to include that the name of Obi Achebe means so much to NIPR in Nigeria, that he is a national icon, a global citizen, a very powerful traditional ruler, statesman, and an intellectual, among others.
On behalf of the Governing Council of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, inaugurate and establish His Majesty Obi Nnemeka Alfred Achebe Lecture Series.
The guest lecturer and the Catholic Bishop of Ekiti, Most Reverend Felix Ajakaye, said that the public relations and good governance in contemporary Nigeria summed up the yearnings of Nigerians. The chairman of the day, Chief Bobo Sofri Bram, spoke eloquently about Obi Achebe and described him as citizen of the world, a royalty among kingdoms and communities in Nigeria, and God's own handwriting on the wall of Nigerian consciousness. In a vote of thanks, the chairman, Anambra State Chapter of NIPR, Professor Angela Wammo, thanked God for making the day a reality and disclosed the processes the association went through in the course of organizing the lecture series. Responding, Igwe Achebe expressed his gratitude to NIPR, Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Greg Nwakobi, for instituting the lecture series, and also emphasized that until the core social and moral values of the country is restored, Nigeria will not make progress. The Anambra State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Mr. Don Onyenji, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Paul University, Oka, Professor Stella Okunna, former Managing Director of ABS, Lady Chinwe Nebedum, Senator Victor May, Traditional Ruler of Umeri, Igwe Bennett Emeka, and Igwe Peter Oyanwa of Ukuru were among the dignitaries that graced the occasion. Highlights were inauguration and establishment of Obi Nnemeka Alfred Achebe Annual Lecture Series as a national lecture series by NIPR and cultural dance performance.
Police led forward operating base comprising military and paramilitary services based in Agwata and supported by Police Rapid Response Squad Okuzu has rescued 3 kidnapped persons in a camp at Obunka in Orumba South local government area. We have the details.
According to the Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, 3 adopted persons, including a reverend father, were rescued unhurt, while 9 vehicles and 3 pump-action guns were recovered and 3 suspects were arrested. He said that also recovered were stolen camouflage uniform, Biafran flag, several handsets, flash drives, and SIM cards, which he noted will aid comprehensive investigation and prosecution. The PPRO disclosed that the gang has been responsible for spate of adoptions in Orumba North and South, as well as part of Agwata Council area in recent times, adding that the adopted victims were all kidnapped this month. He said that the raid on the camp followed months of diligent and painstaking intelligence gathering and investigation, which led to uncovering the criminal hideout. DSP Ikenga added that the Anambra State Commissioner of Police, CP Aderemi Adeoye, who ordered and coordinated the operation, praised all the service personnel and vigilante men involved for their professionalism, which ensured no life was lost, while Governor Chukwuma Soludo has commended the operative and pledged to continue to support all services involved in joint security operations across the state.
Still to come on the news, federal government targets over 40 million new employment opportunities in 2 years. Hamas attack has killed at least 23 Israelis. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Do stay tuned. We'll be back after this short break.
Son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. That's why I give him Born Vita for everyday vitality that gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
There are certain moments in the day when I need my me time to just unwind and indulge.
Now available in 30 grams and 450 grams.
I needed something we go ginger me. With Tom I dey breathe for it now. I dey run kilo me. That's why I dey come.
To the rest of the news. The federal government of Nigeria says the Executive Order No. 5 has the potential to create over 40 million new employment opportunities in 2 years and complement other efforts in curbing the effects of fuel subsidy removal on the populace. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Nnaji, disclosed this while interacting with the press to discuss the strategic implications, promise, and readiness for implementation of Presidential Executive Order No. 5. Princess Ekweajide of our Abuja Bureau has the details.
Minister, the Presidential Executive Order No. 5 is a visionary and transformative policy designed to drive innovation, promote science and technology, and catalyze the country's economic diversification, technological advancement, promotion of domestic and foreign investments, reduce dependence on foreign goods and the strain on the naira, facilitate massive job creation and industrial growth. He said the order aligns with and catalyzes the 8-point renewed hope agenda of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration as it seeks to closely monitor and promote the capacity of Nigerian professionals and contractors in science, engineering, and technological programs to compete with their counterparts globally. Chief Nnaji expressed worries that even though Nigeria is rich in human and largely unexplored natural resources, youth unemployment remains a massive challenge as the country constantly exports domestic jobs by importing many products that could be produced locally.
The development of homegrown capacity and capability and the capacity to maintain, redesign, reproduce, rededicate, and duplicate any infrastructure built in Nigeria for self-reliance and development. The order also seeks to closely monitor and promote and technology. Through this ministry, the President will create a conducive environment to nurture the innovation spirit or innovative spirit of our youth and entrepreneurs.
These challenges, the minister said, the Presidential Executive Order No. 5 addresses by providing support for made in Nigeria goods and services, the development of homegrown capability, and the capacity to maintain, redesign, reproduce, rededicate, and duplicate any infrastructure built in Nigeria for self-reliance and development. In Abuja, Princess Ekweajide reporting.
The traditional ruler of Ifito Gwari, Igwe Alphonsus Ofebe, has celebrated the annual New Yam Festival as sons and daughters and prominent members of the community joined to mark the event with prayers. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi reports.
It was an atmosphere of joy and merriment as sons, daughters, and prominent personalities of Ifito Gwari gathered at Ogidiga Palace of the traditional ruler of the community for this year's New Yam celebration. According to the traditional prime minister of the community, Chief Ifechukwu Nweke, in his remark noted that the New Yam celebration is called Ibaji in Ifitogwari dialect and depicts something big as it is a period to thank God for a bountiful harvest. Chief Nweke emphasized that it's a big celebration for the community and thanked God for the gift of life for the traditional ruler and his subjects.
In Ibaji, it is a moment, it's a period when people bring their big yam to thank God, to thank the Almighty God for giving them the opportunity to farm and get such a yam. And during this Ibaji period, we choose ourselves and present our big yam. It means that that person have an opportunity, a divine opportunity to have such a big yam.
Igwe Alphonsus, during the breaking of Kola Nut's rites, thanked God for his blessings upon the community, praying for better things to come and progress for every individual and their means of livelihood. The palace secretary, Chief Oliver Nweke, explained that the celebration is an important event which the traditional ruler, as the custodian of culture and tradition, celebrates to thank God and also an avenue to showcase the culture of the community. The Deputy President General of the community, Mr. Sunday Ekwinife, who expressed joy for the day, said they are happy to identify with the traditional ruler and praying for blessings upon sons and daughters of the community. Others who spoke on the day, including Chief Mbanefo Anekwe, a cabinet member, Mr. Idowu Enebeli, a youth leader in Anambra North, and Mr. Chris Nebolisa, a youth leader in Ifitogwari, noted that the event promotes conviviality amongst the people while also being a period to thank God for the year's harvest. The event climaxed with the cutting of new yam by Igwe Ofuebe, paying of homage by different groups, display by masquerade, and dance by the traditional ruler and his cabinet. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chupodi for EBS News.
The Palestinian armed group Hamas has launched the largest attack on Israel in years, infiltrating areas of the south of the country, following a barrage of more than 2,000 rockets fired from the Gaza Strip and killed at least 22 Israelis and wounded hundreds, local media reported, citing medical worker. Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, warned Hamas that it had made a grave mistake in launching the attack and involved barrages of rockets fired from multiple locations in Gaza, as well as fighters infiltrating the Israeli border by land, sea, and air. Israel's military told Israelis living around the Gaza Strip to stay in their homes and warned that Hamas would pay a heavy price for its actions. Israeli media reported that Palestinian fighters had opened fire on passers-by in the town of Sderot in southern Israel, and footage circulating on social media appeared to show uniformed Palestinians engaged in clashes in the border area. The outbreak of major fighting between Israeli forces and Palestinian fighters comes after weeks of growing tensions along Israel's volatile border with Gaza and months of deadly clashes in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. The Afia Nobi 2023 football tournament, sponsored by Love Bite Foods and Beverages, has ended with Ngo Village clinching the trophy. The final football match between Ebenesi and Ngo villages of Nobi ended in 1-1 after the first and second halves of the game. Staff reporter Emengino Sadebe, who covered the tournament, reports that the match took place at St. Mary's Central School Field, Umuru Center, Nobi, Idemili South Council area. Details of the report.
Which ended with penalty shootout between the two teams, saw Ngo scoring 6 goals while Ebenesi scored 4 goals. Handing over the trophy to the winning team, the sponsor of the tournament, Chief Okudulingos, who is also the Chief Executive Officer, Love Bite Foods and Beverages, congratulated both teams for their effort and showmanship during the match, saying that the aim for organizing the football match was to foster peace and unity among the people of Nnobi, urging them to maintain the tempo. He noted that Love Bite Foods and Beverages decided to sponsor the competition for the people to be happy as brothers, announcing that young talents are being hunted by a group of experts who will help them actualize their dreams.
I'm happy you announced somebody who na high level of football, no eba one ask out for the ball. Money here kusigo onai will you na up and down but as they were eating a professional football. Speaking
to the ABS later in an interview, the marketing manager Love Bite Foods and Beverages, Mr. Chikezie Oji, who disclosed that the company has been sponsoring this tournament for the past 5 years, disclosed that it was aimed at harnessing and hunting for young football talents among Nnobi youths, calling on the team that lost at the game to go back to the drawing board so that they can win next.
Okay, like you heard earlier from the CEO of Love Bite Foods and Beverages, you know, this kind of festival that is being organized here in Nnobi. And this tournament is basically sponsored by Love Bite Food and Beverages to harness and to get some talents, football talents from this Nnobi.
Next time. Also speaking, the Deputy President General Nnobi Welfare Organization, Comrade Okechukwu Udezue, who disclosed that Afiolu Nnobi Festival is the period when Nnobi people celebrate their New Yam Festival, stated that the tournament is serving as a unifying force that will remind Nnobi villages that they are one, while commending the players for their performances.
If a melon and Nnobi will Afiolu, and doing our sponsor, Afiolu tournament, I will Love Bite Foods and Beverages. The MD Nembo Chief Okudili Innocent Musu, Simmiri, North and South. In the home name, peace, unity, and progress, and Nnobi. Or if you Nnobi,
in their separate interviews, the chairman, Social and Sports Committee, Engineer Chinonso Ochiaya, and one of the Ichies in Nnobi, Chief John Ngwago, who expressed joy at the turnout of the tournament, applauded the performance of the players, describing the tournament as an annual ritual in Nnobi, where young talents are being discovered, underscoring the place of peace and unity in the community. High point of the tournament was handing over of medals to the players and the trophy to the winning team from Ngo village by the sponsor, Chief Okudili Ngosu. From Nnobi, Idemli South Local Government Area, Emengino Sadebe, ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, Twitter at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points. Governor Soludo has received Apostolic Nuncio to Czech Republic, Most Reverend Okolo, on a courtesy call at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. Security operatives have smashed criminal camp, rescue kidnapped victims at Obunka, Urumba South Council area. Federal government is targeting over 40 million new employment opportunities in 2 years. And on the foreign scene, Hamas attack has killed at least 23 Israelis. To end the news, the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night and stay blessed.